welcome back. And I told you there are a lot of things going on here in the upstate and around this part of the country all summer long. And we're highlighting a little bit of that. And the Glow Lyric Theater, which is based here, is celebrating 5 years. And I want to welcome Jenna Elzer. Thank you, Jenna. And she is an artistic director.
I am.
And you do about 4 or 5 productions a year.
We do, yes. Glow does 2 productions as part of our chamber series at the Yount Center in Fountain Inn. And then we do 2 larger size shows at the Gunter Theater at the Peace Center every summer as part of our big main stage summer festival season.
So you're very busy, and
we are.
It's amazing the talent that is here, and you do use many local musicians and singers and actors.
We do indeed, and even above and beyond that, we use a lot of local technicians, designers, and crew for everything that happens backstage for us too. The show that we have coming up is entirely local, and then we have some
I love this because it's something most of us will probably never have heard of, much less have been able to see it. And it's it's an opera, but don't say, oh, opera. No. It's a biblical. It's the story of the prodigal son in the Bible, and it's set to music.
There it is. It's beautiful. Yeah, what you're hearing right there, that's the tenor aria, actually.
And this will be performed at the Yount Center.
At the Yount Center in Fountain Inn.
Fountain Inn.
Yes.
And so certainly you would say this is a story for the whole family.
Oh, it absolutely is. Yes, you're exactly right. It's a biblical story. It's based on the Gospel of Luke, which is where the prodigal son takes place in the Bible. It's wonderful. It's
and the music is just lush.
It is. It's Debussy, actually, who's a very famous composer. This is one of his earlier works. He actually entered the prodigal son into the Prix de Rome and won very early on in his career, and that's sort of how his name surfaced in the music community. But it sounds a little different than some of his later works. It's a little more romantic, a little less impressionistic, but really beautiful, lush. There's a soprano, a tenor, and a baritone. Heartfelt
and these
story.
are our local talent
Absolutely.
that is being presented.
Yes, local talent. We have Grant Knox as our tenor. He is a professor over at Furman University. And then we have Candace Dickinson, who's an educator in the area, and Christian Elser, actually, who is our general director, and he is doing the baritone role in this. So very exciting. We don't get a lot of opportunities to hear him sing, and he's fabulous.
This is a plus. And then you have other productions after. Now this production is done May 29th, 30th, and 31st.
That's exactly right.
And the way, if somebody wants a ticket, they can call the Peace Center? Is that how you get the tickets?
No, you're going to want to call the Yount Center for our chamber series. So this is part of the chamber series, and you'll call the Yount Center for tickets to that. If you have any questions, you can also call our Glow line, and we can point you in the right direction.
We have a phone number, which I think we can put up. And if you want more information, that's the number to call, which is 864-558-4569. Now, this would be something that you could very well take young people.
Absolutely. It's going to be a really lovely production. We'll have titles so that you can understand everything that's going on. And one of the other really, really interesting things is that we're partnering with Carolina Ballet Theater for this. There is a nice long dance section, so I'm sure that kids and adults alike will love to come and see that little dance that's in the middle of it.
And this whole program, or one-act opera, it lasts about 45 minutes.
It does, yes.
Now, I want to ask you about this children's camp.
Sure.
Tell me about that. I didn't even know that Glow Lyric Theater had a camp.
We do. We have a summer musical theater opera camp a musical theater and opera camp that we do every summer. This summer it's from June 22nd to June 26th, and we're still enrolling.
Okay.
And it's very affordable. And what's really interesting about this camp and opportunities that may not exist in other summer camps are that the students involved in our musical theater opera camps actually get to be in our main stage shows. So they come for a week of training, and then they go into rehearsals for the shows that we do at the Gunter Theater in the summer.
Now you're talking ages 5 to 18.
5 through 18, yes, absolutely.
And what actually do they do? Do you
Sure.
put on little performances while you're in the camp? Or?
Sure. So there are two options. If you just want to do the summer camp that's the week long, you will have a small performance that you will do for parents at the end of the camp period. If you sign up for the performance camp, you will spend that week learning the music that you need to learn to be in the show, skill building, theater activities, how to conduct yourself on stage, how to conduct yourself in a rehearsal, because these young people will be working with professionals.
Now these young people do not have to be musicians or singers or themselves to enjoy the camp.
No. All they need to have is an interest. All they need to have is a willing attitude and an interest, and that's what the camp's about. They don't need to come in with a lot of skills, because the camp is about teaching them how to be musicians and actors and dancers and things like that. So all they have to want to do is come and have fun and be a part of a really, really big, cool production.
And the camp is when?
June 22nd through the 26th.
So if somebody's interested, if you have a young person that seems to sort of fall into that category, you might want to check. And you can call, the number on the screen and find out.
And you can also go to our website, glowlyric.com, and look under our education tab. And it's very affordable. It's more affordable than a lot of the other camps in the area. And we have scholarships available too. So it really is something that anybody who wants to get involved, we want to have you there.
Okay. So. Now you, as an artistic director, you and your husband, Christian, work together on this.
We do.
And you do at least 4 performances a year.
Yes, 4 fully produced
shows
a year.
You do musicals, musical theater, and opera.
And operetta.
And operetta.
Yes, that's why we are called a lyric theater company, because pretty much anything involving music, we'll do it. So.
And what age, do you use in some of these productions high school age talented people, or do they have to audition?
Sure, yes. We generally, when we're using youth, they're a part of our summer camp. Because other than that, we're a fully professional company.
Okay.
So generally, members of our ensemble are going to be people that are currently working towards musical theater degrees, vocal performance degrees in colleges, and then our principal roles are fully professionals, professionals that have been out in the field for a while now. And we find our singers through the Southeastern Theater Conference. We go to that every year. We will do auditions at local universities. We have local auditions here. So we find the people that work with us. We find them on a national level. I think even this summer we have a cast made up of people from about 8 different states, and then locally. We have some people locally too.
So you sort of weave in some outside people and use local people and blend it all together.
Yeah, well, because we feel like as important as it is to cultivate local artists, and it's very important to do that, which is why we still have a commitment to local artists, I think it's equally important to be bringing in people to our community that are going to work and engage with our community that are from a national level. That also really cultivates, Greenville, the upstate area. So that's really important to us.
You've done, name a few of the productions that you've done in the past.
Sure. Last year, our season was Rent and La Boheme, which was a fabulous
quite an undertaking, by the way.
It was indeed, and it went really well. We've also, in the past, we've done The Pirates of Penzance. We've done The Mikado. Those are Gilbert and Sullivan operettas, of course. We've also done Jesus Christ Superstar. So as you can see, we're kind of, we have some rock operas, we have musical theater, we have operetta, opera. We're spanning all of that.
Now,
Lots of diversity.
Can people buy a whole season of, like, if you're going to do 4 performances, do they save money by buying, instead of waiting and buying a single ticket, they buy all 4?
Sure. Well, we have a lot of ticket buying incentives that are happening at the Peace Center for our main stage festival season, which is the Hot Mikado and the Wiz this summer. If you call the Peace Center, you can get a ticket deal if you want to go to both shows. I think you get about 15% off, which is great.
Sure.
We also have varying ticket prices. I think they go from, you can see a show as low as $15 all the way up to $45 based on seating. And we have family matinees that are greatly reduced ticket prices this summer for kids and parents.
So this really, you're trying to reach the whole family.
Yes, we are. I mean, this season I would say a lot of the material that we do is family friendly, but this season in particular is very family friendly. We've tried to really focus on the family and youth and appealing to youth in the shows that we're doing.
So now this next one-act opera, The Prodigal Son, is to be performed at the Yount Center in Fountain Inn, and it is May 29th, 30th, and 31st.
That's right.
So if anybody's interested, you call the
Yount Center.
The Yount Center. Don't call the Peace Center.
Right.
Call the Yount, or you can call the Glow Lyric Theater.
You can call the Glow line if you have questions about tickets. Absolutely.
And what about, is your camp totally filled up, or
no, it's not.
If somebody's out there saying, "Hey, I've got a grandchild that loves to sing or loves to pretend and would like to maybe delve into this."
Yeah, we still have spaces open. So
you know how children get involved and just on their own, and you can almost tell, you can see a child has potential.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, the wonderful experience that it was for our campers last year who got to be in Bohème. I mean, it was their first, a lot of them, their first experience with opera. And it was very powerful, I think, for a lot of them to be a part of something so big, on such a big scale, and to feel like they were contributing. I mean,
but this camp is not sold out yet. I mean,
no, it is not. You can still registration is open, and I think we're still doing early bird, which means that registration fee is waived for now if you get on it.
And this camp is just for one week?
It's for 1 week, and then after that week of training, they'll go and do a few dress rehearsals for the show.
And you take little people, like 5, 6 years old.
We do, yes. We had several 5 to 7-year-olds in our camp last year that were on our main stage. And it's just fun because after they do the camp, and this year they'll get to be in the Wiz, so they'll get to be munchkins in the Wiz.
What do you think this adds to a child? Does it give them self-confidence?
Yes.
What?
I mean, I think the arts cultivate a lot of really good qualities in children. I think children need the arts. Beyond confidence, there are statistics from the NEA that tell us that kids that are involved in the arts have better test scores. They make better grades. They are more disciplined. They show greater signs of empathy towards the people that they're working with and their colleagues and their friends. They grow up actually to be more involved in their local government and community and cultural events. I mean, these are hard statistics about what the arts do for children, and the effects last long after their adolescence and into adulthood.
And it always does seem like a disappointment whenever there's a shortage of funding in the schools. The arts are the first thing to be cut back.
Yes.
And the added value of having some information and some ability with music or dance or whatever, an appreciation for the arts adds to the stature of a child as they grow up.
Right. Well, and also the arts is the foundation of any great civilization, and we know that, and I think Greenville and the upstate area,
Blessed. We are
have great
very
arts.
blessed. But the Glow Lyric Theater, 5 years, and I wanted everybody to know about this one-act opera that is coming up because
Yes.
It's something you could do the whole family. Jenna, thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
Jenna
Peggy.
Elzer.
It's so
Thank
nice
you.
to
Good
be
luck.
Here.
Good
Thank you.
luck. And wherever you are, just stay busy and do some things with your family this summer. We'll see you next week.